Hello, and welcome back to Smoke and Revelations. It's me, Ronnie Break.
And it's me, the girl who stuffed her bra. And we're just two friends.
One topic.
And a big fat bowl. Now let's see where the smoke takes us.
Hello.
And
So, how are you?
I am delightful.
Today
I am titilicious.
Today we did not enjoy from the strawberry, but it was called gelato. Gelato. Ooh, it tasted okay. And today's topic will be, tell us, girl with poop on her shoe. What is it? What's our topic? Your turn. We're volleying.
I'm sorry. I'm
Absolutely.
mad. We're talking about sitcoms. TV sitcoms.
Sitcoms. Ooh. So, for me, the first thing I think of with sitcoms is Golden Girls. I do not remember my first memory of watching Golden Girls, but I have truly felt like I have always watched it, so I don't remember a beginning. But it has informed me so much on how I even talk to my own mother, who acts like Sophia. And and she loves Golden Girls too. So we watched it together. What about you?
For me, it was probably, if I'm honest, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Was probably like the biggest sitcom. It was like a little bit of everybody, and I love the diversity of the characters. Like, it wasn't just, here's a nice black family. The dad works at the garage, or what is it? The what is it called? The dump yard?
The big fat dump truck on her fucking fan.
Junkyard. Junkyard, And, mom is a school teacher. We have 7 kids, but guess what? We're going to make it. We make it with happy times and sad times. It's all about them sitting down, talking, and having those hugs. We are the only black family in America. Like, the show wasn't like that. Like, it was...
What show are you trying to reference?
A lot of them, just like in general over time. Not all, but a lot of them are
I'm just saying, come with your receipts and say their names.
Well, I just mean, like, a lot of sitcoms are not... Yes, the parents could have good jobs, like good times. You know what I'm saying? Like, but they weren't high, quote-unquote, high-class, rich, upper class 1%ers type of individual. While the Fresh Prince, you come in here, you see 2 people, they've got a butler, a British one at that. They've got a butler, and then here comes their nephew from a different world of, a different world was good too, baby.
Yes, a different world was. We'll come back to that.
But, kind of like mixing everything up and just to see what it looks like for a black kid who was born into wealth, or wealth at least was there at the very beginning of their lives, to the point they don't remember what it was like to be poor. So they have a different view on the world than a kid who, comes from a single family household and, it's just him and his mom and he got out of the Philly streets. Like, it was just cool to see so many versions of black people. We didn't always have to be the person that is suffering.
No,
and they still kept their blackness while being wealthy. They still stood for who they were. they just stood in a different way that some TV shows, and especially the garbage that's out here today, would really like show or represent. So like, definitely hands down Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Second for me is A Different World.
Yeah, Fresh Prince was really good. I watched all of the sitcoms because when I was a kid, it was like whatever's on the TV
Is what you watch.
Is what you watch.
Because you ain't got cable or
Right.
satellite. No,
So,
I feel you. So
there was stuff I watched that I would not like.
I would never tune into.
Seinfeld is funny enough.
My dad watched it, so I watched it.
Sure, but like I never willingly watched it. I could tell you some stuff about it, and like I remember watching the last episode when it was on TV because I wanted to watch TV that night, and it was the only thing that I could think to watch because everything else was horrible.
Yeah, I remember we watched all those shows because my life for the most part was probably fixated around TV and reading because my world tends to revolve around storytelling or story making or whatever it may be. So yeah, I watched all of them. Seinfeld, there's only one episode that I think is funny, and for some reason, I don't know if it's a real episode because nobody can say, yes, it was. This is what happened in that episode.
Not even Google can say it?
I think I've tried a couple times, and I can't remember if it justified it or said, bitch, you delusional. But I just remember the episode where Seinfeld...
But you know what? Just if you're delusional doesn't mean you're wrong. You can be delusional and be correct.
I mean, two things can be at the same time.
Yes, go on.
George's girlfriend uses the bathroom, goes into the men's bathroom and uses the... What do you guys have in there?
A urinal?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And he thinks that George's girlfriend is actually a man. And he just doesn't know about it. And then you come to find out she has an emergency, like, cup so she can, like they give you, like, women can get, where you put it on your parts or whatever, and it allows you to pee. Like a guy would standing up.
Oh,
so, like, it just
yeah,
cups
like a
it off.
funnel.
Yeah, funnel. Thank you. Whew, Jesus.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and the whole, like, the big part of the episode is them trying to figure out if she's actually a man or not.
It's his girlfriend?
George's girlfriend.
And George... Seinfeld is trying to find out on his own without
like he went to the bathroom.
George.
He went to the bathroom, and was like, oh my
what
God.
What a creep. This is why I didn't watch Seinfeld.
I just remember being on. I just remember being the one that just stuck out in my mind. I was like...
Yeah. But I watched, like...
Because when you're a girl and your dad takes you to the bathroom, it's nasty in there.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody gonna wipe nothing. Just don't fall in the damn toilet.
Just don't fall. Uh-oh. Heavens to Betsy. We have a spill on aisle 3.
It's water. I just drink water.
Just water. Chill the F out over there. Everything's gonna be fine.
But I know how you are about the pumpkins.
But the pumpkin just got water on it, so it's okay. And there's literally pumpkins everywhere in here. So it's okay. Just don't break them. I'll freak out.
Look, my mom would beat me, so.
So I also watched The Jeffersons, 227, Brady Bunch. The Flintstones, which is a cartoon, but it felt like a sitcom to me. Dinosaurs.
What is it? You're Not the Mama?
Not the Mama.
Yeah, You're Not the Mama. Yes. I remember, nobody else remember what that was. My mom got me the baby, and she said that I screamed when its eyes popped open and ran.
Those things were creepy.
And I ran. She said you just booked off.
Yeah. Yeah. And Family Ties and The Facts of Life. Did you ever watch that?
Yes. I still to this day try to find repeats because for me, I was Joe. So
I have the first 4 seasons on DVD. We can watch them anytime. I love The Facts of Life. There's an episode where they buy a bong, but they don't know it's a bong. They think it's for jelly beans. Because
it's got to be a 2D and Natalie thing.
You nailed
Yes,
it. You
yes.
nailed
It
it.
definitely is a Tootie and Natalie thing. Those are the only two who are going to be like, it's a bomb.
And I connected the most with Tootie and Natalie. I was like, put some jelly beans in there and let's fucking go. I like a jelly bean.
I love a tough chick, and so Joe was me. I was like, she rides a motorcycle. She tells that foo-foo bitch to shove it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is my girl, because I don't want to be somebody who never fits in, because I feel like those people aren't being themselves. But I never want to not be true to who I am. I don't want to adjust who I am for those around me, which I wish I did better in, like, personal relationships. But overall, like, you know, I just took it on. If I'm the weird kid, I'm the weird kid. Whatever. I don't care. Like, I never want to be like everybody else. And I think Joe is just, she is who she is, you know? And then Blair was just, I'm telling you.
Well, I love that for you, but I am ultimately Mrs. Garrett. Because girls, like, I want to kind of like lead and guide and boss everyone around, and Mrs. Garrett is that. She is the, like, yes, she's like mothering, but I also can be that too. Even though I'm like a damn cactus most of the time, I can be. So I really like Mrs. Garrett. She was also so stupid most of the time. Like, she would do the dumbest stuff. Like, the dumbest stuff.
Did you ever watch The Nanny?
She was working in a bridal shop in Flushing, Queens, until her boyfriend kicked her. I'm choking on my water. Until her boyfriend kicked her out as one of those crushing scenes. What was she to do? Where was she to go? She was out on her fanny. So over the bridge from Flushing to the Sheffield door, she was there to sell makeup and find some more. She had style, she had flair, she was there. That's how she became the nanny. Well, who would have guessed that the girl we described was just exactly what the doctor prescribed? And now the father finds her a guy that watch out CC, and the kids are actually smiling. She's smiling. She's the lady in red when everybody else is wearing tan. She's the flashing queen from Flushings. The nanny named Fran.
Wink. Yes.
Yeah, I did watch The Nanny a couple times.
Yeah. I rewatched it as an adult a couple years ago.
I
and
have
I was
not.
I don't agree with Fran. I agree with her up until like third or fourth season. Because then it just becomes like, I mean, with how desperate she is to be with, you know, Maxwell. She's like, I need a man. First she was like, you know, I need a man, but mom, back off. I've got time.
Right,
Flirt.
right.
I'm cool. I've got this one. I've got that one. And then she was like, love me. Okay, you don't love me? I'm going to do your brother.
I felt like yes, but I also felt like she was always that way. But I felt like she was always that way, but in a Lucille Ball way, where it was so comical that I didn't hate her for it.
I don't hate her for it. I thought she was so funny growing up. But as a woman of this time period,
oh Lord Jesus,
looking
yes,
at the
I'm
adult Brie,
the adult in me. I didn't hear what you said, so I'm gonna need you to start over. You are an adult, and
I like the show.
Yeah.
But, you know, me being the adult that I am now, I'm like, girl, you should have left him a long time ago, because he would have came. But you was so ready.
Yeah.
You know, it was like, it was funny at first, but then it was like 6 seasons of you begging this man to love you? And you a hot young thing?
Yeah.
Girl, not me. Not I.
But
because even what is it? Grace. Even she didn't wait that long. As soon as she turned 18, boom, boom, boom. Let me get this fine ass model of a husband.
Grace?
Isn't her name Grace? Gracie? Maggie.
Oh.
Margaret. Yes, Maggie. That's what I mean.
Maggie?
Maggie.
Is that her name?
It's almost called
The
Maggie.
oldest one?
She's got to be, because her real name is Maggie Margaret or... No, because Gracie is the little one, right? Yes, Gracie's the little one.
I don't know, but when you said Gracie, it actually made me think of Grace Under Fire. Did you ever...
It sounds familiar.
It was this comedian. I don't remember her actual name right now. Whoops. Grace... I think her name was Grace something. Anyway, it was this blonde kind of country white lady. And...
Mama's House.
Mama's Family is
Yes.
totally different. I loved Mama's Family
Was it
too.
the Beverly Hillbillies?
Oh my god, I love Beverly Hillbillies too.
Yeah.
The Munsters, which was so sitcom-y.
I
if you ever
loved
watched
Raising
that.
Dad. I love the Steve Harvey show.
Oh, I like Steve Hart. I didn't
Like
watch
the
Raising
WB, when it still was the WB, had quite a few great sitcoms to come through.
Dad. Yeah.
That's when Friends was still there.
Friends was on the WB?
Well, no, I lied.
Yeah, I was like, I don't
No,
remember
because
that.
they're NBC. The Friends playbacks. That's what I'm thinking of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I've never... Like, my mom and my older brother love Friends.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not like, it's terrible by any means. No. So I've watched a few episodes with them.
Mm-hmm.
I will not turn it on.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really want to turn it on. Sure, they're kind of funny, but it just makes me think of Living Single. Even before there being any like debate or topic of Friends ripping off
Yeah.
Living Single,
Yeah, 'cause I think Queen
which
Latifah,
clearly they did.
Queen Latifah said that it did happen. She said that they saw the first season of In Living Single, and the guy who wrote Friends even said that it was based off of what they
Right.
saw.
Which makes total sense. But I knew that back when my mom and older brother liked Friends because we also watched Living Single.
Yeah.
So it did come out.
I watched Friends, but I think I liked Friends more as an adult. While growing up and still as an adult, I liked Living Single the best. But that's also because I grew up in a black household, so we know when somebody's roasting somebody. You don't have to understand all the words to understand that someone is being roasted. And that's how it was for me. Versus Friends, it was like, oh, look at these individuals in New York. Look at that. Huh. Wasn't until I was adult, until people told me there was no black people, I just never thought about it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's my experience whenever I travel, so... When I was in Denver, I went to Denver for my birthday, and I was there for like 3 or 4 days, and the only black people I saw, one was married to someone, and they were at the restaurant, and then the other two were husband and wife, and there as tourists. So the only other black person that was around, and I went all up and down Colorado, we went south, we went north, okay? The only black person I saw was me, I think, for the most part.
Okay.
Then we did go to like a city area, and I think I saw maybe 1 or 2 more, but also I was drunk because it was my birthday. We had tequila flights, margarita flights, and then we had three tequila drinks. I like tequila.
Shot.
Okay,
Shot.
back to what we were talking about.
Sitcoms.
Uh,
Living Single.
Oh, them not
and
being there, like
Friends.
black people there or whatever. I'm used to it. I'm a theater kid, so I mean, 9 times out of 10, there's gonna be me and one black guy. Maybe, most likely just one. And you know what? The black guys will outnumber the black girls. Let me tell you that much.
Yeah, no, that makes total sense.
What?
And hell yeah. But my experience is actually very different. Because I have always seen a lot of diversity and there was never a time where there wasn't. I have always been in such a predominantly black area or whatever, what have you, that I mean, I'm a city kid, and there was, I mean, every kind of kid at my school, and not that there wasn't rampant racism and shit. That was absolutely also true. But there were always black people in the room in my
School.
yeah, at every school that I've ever gone to, in my neighborhood,
Right.
in my family.
Right.
You know, when my mom has dated several men, white and black, and like, it just was never
Then it didn't. And for me, like,
like racism. Yes.
Oh, no.
not
I'm just saying, like,
that.
I've gone to all black schools. I enjoy a mixed school, probably more, because I'm gonna be honest. I can't dance, and I ain't got a whole lot of rhythm. We can groove, and I don't have time to be trying to learn something new, so I don't get picked on or roasted because I can't dance. Like I don't have time for that. But no, like I definitely get what you're saying. But like I guess when I look at movies, it was never, oh, this person, there is no black people, there is no this. I'm like, oh, I'm watching the world through this character's eyes. This is what it would be like if I was a white woman in New York. Like, it was like that, you know what I mean? Because then I also watched, Aladdin. I watched everything. But I will say, I didn't realize how much that representation mattered until I was an adult and I started reading books, and I read books by, other black authors, and there can be like a stereotype for some types of books. I'm not going to get into all of that, but it wasn't like the stuff that I was into. Like growing up, for me, if you're reading a black author's story, if it's not something that, is of like a famous black author, if it's something was more modern of that time, it's somebody be on some hood stuff, coming up from this and that's not saying that that's not a reality, but it seemed like it was the only narrative that was being pushed after the sitcom era fell off, or at least with sitcom.
No, that makes total sense, and I absolutely.
So I'm reading Harry Potter. I'm not thinking about, is there a black person in Harry Potter or this. I am living the world as a wizard. I am whatever book I'm in. I'm living and experiencing the world, because though I might have had experience that could be hood or whatever, I've also had something that's totally opposite. Like I've had 1,000,001 different experiences, into the thought of only ever reading an experience that was just one and mostly negative, even if they pull themselves up by the bootstraps.
Yeah.
It's tiring. But as I've gotten older, I'm seeing more and more black authors. So I find myself going back and reading like young adult stuff, because, and by back I just mean like the age category. Reading young adult, type of books and stuff, and being like, oh my God, this is fantastic. This is amazing. This is on par with every other thing. Like, thank God they wrote a series and it wasn't on this one little road of how a life could be for a black person. Like, thank God. And I love it, and it's beautiful. Now, as an adult, I understand that. But as a kid, I was like, I don't care about Jamal.
Right.
Yes, he can play basketball. So can Michael Jordan. Charles Barkley. Yay. Like, I didn't want that. I want to go hunt for treasure. I want to be the detective. I want to be fighting crime. I want to be in that martial art field. Like, that was the things I looked. So for me, it was never about seeing me in those types of things. But once you do experience it, you do realize you're missing something. Because when Blade came out, oh baby, I was convinced, and still am convinced to this day, that I will play in the comic book his daughter, okay? Because I've always wanted to be in a Blade movie. I love vampires.
But see,
before they sparkled in sunlight.
That right there is why representation matters.
Yeah.
Whether or not you notice it, because my privilege has let me see myself always
Yeah.
in every character.
Yeah.
But on top of that, they're predominantly white.
White.
So in my eyes, I've kind of always had that luxury.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why all these iconic characters should and can be any kind of person.
Mm-hmm.
Because an iconic character is
Transcends all.
unending. It is, it's like the Buffy verse and how there's every kind of,
Yeah.
that's
Like
why
with
there's a
Golden
white
Girls.
Dorothy, a black Dorothy, have every kind of Dorothy.
Yeah.
Brandy. Well,
Cinderella.
right.
She's the only Cinderella.
I love the white one because, and hear me out.
Cinderella, Cinderella, night and day, and Cinderella.
Oh no, not the cartoon.
Oh.
The Rogers and Hammerstein Hammerstein.
Oh yeah.
But the white one because
Did they have a movie?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I just thought it was just a Broadway.
The lady from Clue, Miss Scarlet, I think, in the Clue movie, is the Cinderella. Well, my mom was obsessed with that film. She would wake us up in the middle of the night. Come watch it with me. You can have snacks. You can have this. Come watch it with me. And we would sing along to every song. The stepsister in it is the voice of Ursula in The Little Mermaid. The two sisters. Why would a fellow want a girl like her? The original Ursula. Why could a fellow ever once prefer a girl who's merely me? Well, she's a fluffy little bubble with a frilly sort of charm. Oh yeah.
And with very little trouble,
She could break a little arm. Oh,
why would a fellow want a girl like her?
So obviously unusual. Why can't a fellow ever once prefer a simple girl like me? What's the matter with a man?
What's the matter with a man? What's the matter with a man?
Yeah.
And also, falling in love with love is falling for make believe. I love that. Ugh.
Oh, that's not in the.
Is that not in the original?
That's not in the white one.
Oh, with the stepmother singing, because she's like, you can go to the ball, and no, she's not going. Girl, something. You know it. Ooh.
That white woman didn't ever say nothing. Except, Prunella, is your knee creaky again? Do you need some oil?
Take it from me.
No, she didn't. And thank God she didn't. She's not a
She
bit of
goes-
soul in her. Not a bit of soul.
She goes, falling in love with love is falling for make-believe. Falling in love with love is playing the fool. I don't know why I sang that. I
You
love.
better come on.
Oh, goodness, no.
Sing it like
I'm only high, and that's why you hear me sing.
That's that was an angelic. It made me think of Alanis Morissette.
He doesn't stop talking about Alanis Morissette. It don't have nothing to do with nothing.
Well, she was in a TV show, a Canadian TV show called You Can't Do That on Television. Which did kind of have not a sitcom format, but a...
Punky Brewster?
No, but I loved Punky Brewster. I
remember.
loved
Do you remember
Punky
Clarissa?
Clarissa explains it all.
Yes.
And her hot neighbor Sam, who just put a ladder up and climbed in her fucking window. Come on, Sam.
I had windows somebody could have climbed a long time ago.
I wanted Sam to bang his ladder on my window so bad. I loved Sam.
Would Sabrina the Teenage Witch be a sitcom?
Yes. And I also loved
I
Sabrina the
loved
Teenage
her.
Witch.
I was in love with Harvey Kinkle. I mean,
I was not,
Harvey
surprisingly.
Kinkle. And it wasn't because he was super hot. Well, he was.
He's not ugly, but
No. For me, I unfortunately fell to the style standards of the 90s, and I love long hair. So it's the hair. The moment he cuts his hair short, I mean, like, he's cute or whatever. But when he had his long hair and he was like, look at that. One day being a potential Rogaine commercial. Like his hair was just lustrous. And that's what made him like, chef's kiss.
Yeah.
Chef's kiss.
I never really like.
But the bad guy, Josh. Not Josh, but okay. Anyway, I'm sorry. I got excited.
You did get a little bit.
I was thinking of the one
excited
dude who was always in the
about
one
that.
movies and stuff.
I'm trying to think now of who I was like. Oh, you probably didn't watch this one. Step by Step.
Yes. Come on now. With the cousin. What was the cousin's name?
That's who I'm hot for, Sasha. So
Was his name DJ on the show or something?
No.
I forgot what it
Was it?
was. DJ or
I don't remember because I went that tall, hot,
he
dumb
was so
man.
hot. No, he was. He was hot.
God. And he did like karate movies.
He did.
Yeah. And like new karate, but he like went to jail for beating his wife or something.
See.
Right? So I don't want to remember his name even. But I think his real name is Sasha something. Because I remember Step by Step.
Yeah.
Day by day.
Man, Cody.
Fresh start over, a different hand to play. The deeper we fall, the stronger.
Cody was the name.
Cody.
Cody talk like this.
God.
Oh.
I hated his dumb voice, but like I just wanted him to be quiet anyway.
It sucks that honestly, it's really scary that a lot of people who know self defense, well, not know, but like know martial arts and stuff like that, just take it on their family. Like if I want to be beat, I would just fight a crackhead for something. Like I can't.
If you give a man a fish. You know what I'm saying? If you give a man a fish. And I hope you're with my train of thought because it feels very enlightening.
Uh-huh.
Because think of it. Like, you give somebody a knife, they're probably going to use the knife. Not that they don't need to use the knife.
Make fire.
But that's...
Yeah. No, definitely. But it was him, and then I was obsessed with it's not a sitcom, but it was one of the 90s Power Rangers. I was obsessed with
Yeah,
Tommy.
no, you already... I can't even because I'm going to go right back to Walter Jones. And I have already done that whole spiel. So I'm not going to repeat that.
Sad. So sad about Tommy.
I know. It was all...
And it was out of, like, for everybody else, like us, out of nowhere. But, like, when I tell you...
Oh, but what about Trini?
I mean, no. I mean, all of that
Her death was...
sudden, and you didn't know why. Like, you were just like, oh my gosh, she's gone. You never saw her again. And then when I was older and I found out, I was like... But Tommy was the first human, non-cartoon male, because Aladdin was the first, non-cartoon male that I was in love with. And I mean, I was in love with Jason, was it Frank? I don't know the man's name that well.
Jason Frank, ladies and
David
gentlemen.
Frank.
Jason...
That's what I thought. Jason David Frank. But I was obsessed.
I don't even know what that means.
That's his middle name.
Who?
Tommy, in real life.
Oh! I never knew it was real.
And I always thought that was cool because I was like, yeah, Jason's
And I feel bad.
Jason's not playing Jason. Yeah. But anyway.
I remember when he died.
I was obsessed with him even beyond, that was the one person from my childhood into my adulthood that I was like, I am in love with this man. It doesn't matter what happens. Just know I loved him with all my heart for the last years. You know what I'm saying? But basically when I say my entire life, when it came out, I was very young. And I loved that man. And then when I found out about that, broke my heart.
I mean, it came out when I was in middle school. And I'm an old man.
I'm going to be honest. I think I was 1 when it came out.
Interesting.
Maybe. I could be wrong.
I wasn't born, I mean.
There was so many TV shows that came out around the time I was born. Like, even not Family Matters. The one with the twins.
Oh, yeah.
It's a red... No, ooh, that was definitely Family... It's a different.
It's a rare condition
At this day and age,
to read any
the
good
newspaper.
news.
Yeah, yes. What is that? Full
On
House.
the newspaper. Oh,
Because
yeah.
Jesse, because then I found out my first crush was Steve. He's the voice of Aladdin.
He is the voice of
So
Aladdin. I was
never
just about to
even
say
knew.
that.
I was like, yeah, he's so cute. But then when I found that out, I was like, that's why I love that character. But also, Uncle Jesse was everybody's Uncle Jesse.
So quick backtrack. I was never hot for Aladdin. Not that he's not absolutely cute and adorable. I felt like Aladdin as a kid when I saw it.
Fred.
Riff raff. I don't buy that. If only they'd look closer. Would they see a poor boy? No siree. They'd find out
there's
so much more to me.
What I'm telling you before Jason, it is Aladdin.
I was like, I am Riff Raff and a street
And then I
rat.
discovered Brad Pitt after Tommy and Uncle Jesse. Then we discovered Brad Pitt in Thelma and Louise. And him in what's that movie with him?
I don't know. I don't care. I need you to listen up and listen up good.
The Fall. Something.
I love Thelma and Louise, the film.
Right.
Fantastic, good, great. Oh my God. And I love women and watching badass women.
Yes.
But when Bradley Pitt came on that screen,
Baby, he's all about
in Thelma and Louise, that's the only time I'll ever remember him. But every time I see him in that movie, I make sweet love to that beautiful man in my mind.
Legend Falls. That's
I don't know. I don't care. He's perfect in Thelma and Louise, and he's never been more perfect in any other thing.
Interview with a Vampire. We got to take it back, but Interview with the Vampire.
Oh yeah, no, that's true too. He's hot in that too.
And that's what I'm saying. In Legend of the Fall, he was like this old school cowboy.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, Bradley Pitt is just hot, so that's fine. We get it.
I'm sorry. Okay, TV shows.
He's not from. Oh wait, he was probably in some.
I think he wasn't. He didn't he? Because everybody came through the nanny. But I know James Marsden, another one. James Marsden.
He's the one from Breakfast Club, right?
No, that's
James Marsden.
James Marsden.
Oh no, James Marsden is the Fantastic Four dude.
Nope, that is Chris Evans.
They're all the same white guy to me.
Enchanted. You ever see Enchanted?
I think. With Maya Rudolph is the new one.
Oh, Disenchanted is the new one.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
So yeah, and Dina Menzel's boyfriend, man, after it was all said and done, from the other world, the prince. And like him, that's James Marsden. He was also in 27 Dresses.
I've never seen that. I don't care about any like.
He was Cyclops.
Oh yeah, that's the guy from.
Yes.
Isn't he a superhero?
Yes,
In
Cyclops.
something?
He's Cyclops.
No, in something
and X-Men.
else.
No, you're talking about Chris Evans. Chris Evans was in 2 Marvel, and that was the Fantastic
They look
Four.
like the same person
First of
to
all,
me.
do not come for my men.
I'm not. They're both cute. They're good. They're fine.
Because they both fine. But James Marsden back in the Disney, that smile.
Okay. We are talking about sitcoms.
I'm sorry.
But if we weren't, well, Buffy the Vampire... No, it's not really a sitcom. Ooh. But it kind of is.
You mean when they started doing musicals?
In that Eric Balfour is in the first episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And if you...
Yes.
I want to deep throat this microphone right now to shout out my baby boy, Eric Balfour.
He was in, he had a whole TV series that he was in. Haven.
Yep. I was like, what's that
but
one?
But then any, like, 90s stuff, too.
He looks just chef's kiss to me. I just love looking at that fella. Oh, yeah, that's Chris Evans, right?
No, this is James Marsden.
See, they're the same dude.
No, they're not. You will never come for my man.
I've never seen them in the same room.
Well, he's shorter than Chris Evans.
I asked you to explain it. I didn't ask you to say their names
and he
again.
actually has a wife and not a girlfriend who's like 15 years younger.
Everybody can have a wife. Wait, which one of them's with a girl who's 15 years younger?
I don't know, 15 years, but she's got to be in her 20s, and he's in his 40s.
Oh my God! Speaking of, Leonardo DiCaprio is in Family Ties.
Yes.
Growing Pains.
Yes.
Right? Growing Pains.
No, he was in Growing Pains later.
And that's a sitcom, and he dates little girls. Since we were on the subject.
All right. One thing I love about high school is I keep getting older, but the girls stay the same.
He said that?
No, it's in Dazed and Confused.
Oh, I was like, that's Matthew McConaughey.
No, I know who it is.
Okay. I thought you were like quoting him.
No.
So Chris Pine is the same guy as Chris.
Okay, now you're just being rude. Okay?
Evans.
Because there's already a Chris war. There's Chris Pine, Chris Evans, Chris Hemsworth, and Chris Pratt. There is a literal Chris war that people talk about. And everybody decides who's the best Chris. But I was in love with me some Chris Pine.
Well, he's not in a sitcom.
Alright, yeah, I'm sorry, sitcoms.
Because I'm trying to think of other hot dudes in sitcoms.
No, for him, Growing Pains, dude, Kirk, whatever, he was really known for a while, but yep. And then, but yes, Leonardo was there the last season or two.
I've never been attracted to Leonardo DiCaprio. And I don't mean that in any kind of rude way or shady way or like trying to be contrary.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say this right now. I am a homosexual.
What?
Everyone is beautiful, valid, worthy. I ain't fucking with no blonde man. I don't want to. I'm not going to. No thank you very much. Because the blonder you are, the more orangey pink your nipples are, and I'm disgusted. I'm so sorry. Be you, fly high, butterfly. You are beautiful. You are perfect just as you are. But you're just not for me, baby. So, Leo wasn't really my speed. But
Dead.
Everyone was obsessed with Titanic. And I really did just remember him from, Chris Evans. Isn't that Chris Evans? Who'd you show me? Which Chris did you show me?
I showed you Chris Pine.
Oh, see? Same dude. Have any of them been in the same room at the same time?
Yes! 3 of them are in the Marvel series together.
Are they
Chris
really?
Pratt, Chris Evans, Chris Pratt, and Chris Hemsworth.
I wouldn't know a thing. Oh, wait,
because Chris Hemsworth is Thor. Chris Evans is Captain America.
If you don't stop, I just remembered that one of those Chris's is in Wonder Woman. Because I don't watch any of that other shit. That's
Chris Pine.
See, but I knew a Chris was in it.
He's the only DC Chris. Everybody else is in Marvel. The other 3 are in Marvel.
I could walk past this man on the street, and I wouldn't know a thing. Sorry to this man.
Take you nowhere.
And let's not forget, Keke Palmer is amazing anyway.
Oh my God.
Give her props when I'm gonna...
Death to all of them. I know that's Wendy.
That is Wendy.
I know.
But really, death to all of them. Yep. Which I wish she had ever had a sitcom, but like now it's a whole thing, and oh boohoo, and that's a little bit. We're not talking about that. We're talking about sitcoms. Because then I think of other like sitcoms and how they really all had a controversy though. Like with that's the thing. So it's a situational comedy.
Mm-hmm.
The ones that we like the most feel the most real.
Right.
But the ones that feel the most real are still showing the most like
controversial stuff.
in a theatrical TV
way.
Not even necessarily glorified way, but in this packaged way to make you think, believe, and go forth with the fervor that you do for life because of literally seeing these things on TV. Mm-hmm. Putting the people, the actors, in the roles at this like superhuman level that then makes people lose their shit and not be able to handle it.
Always thought of sitcoms as 80s and 90s after school specials.
Oh, big time.
Like, it's like watching a Dare ad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the teacher who probably has the hat backwards saying, yo,
yeah,
drugs aren't cool.
Not
drugs
cool.
aren't bad. Don't be a fool. Let's be rad. I don't know. But you know what I'm saying? Like, that's... that's...
All I know is I'm Big Homie. You know what I'm saying? So... come at me with that. Come at me with that.
But no, that's what I always thought of sitcoms. And what's so crazy, too, is that, like, I grew up on sitcoms.
Totally, me too.
But they're not my go-to thing.
I mean...
Sister. Oh, I forgot all about...
sitcom.
I forgot all about, what was it, Up? We had One-on-One, Half and Half, Sister, Moesha.
Yeah. Hanging with Mr. Cooper.
Cooper, hanging with my man.
I just remember Cooper. And then everyone dancing. It was so
Parenthood.
Good. Oh, I've heard of Parenthood.
It was good. It was a good show.
The one with Lorelai from Gilmore Girls in it, right? Parenthood?
No, so there's two. So the OG Parenthood is a black sitcom in like the late 90s, early 2000s. Parenthood is something that came out in the last 5 to 10 years. That's an adult drama. That's not an adult drama, but a drama on NBC.
Who's in Parenthood? How do I not know what this is?
It's like trying to give you a black lesson real quick. Oh, wait. You already there. Meteor Man.
Yeah.
Okay, that guy, Robert Townsend. It was his show.
No.
Yes,
okay,
yes. I forgot who I was talking to.
I loved Meteor Man.
Meteor Man. The very first black superhero.
But it was like another, I remember it was at a time in my life where, Friends was on too. It was just not a chunk of TV time that I enjoyed watching TV, so I didn't watch it much. But I remember him now in his TV show.
By the time I was 10, I had my weeks planned out. I knew which show I was going to watch. Still didn't have cable, but I knew what time they came on from the TV Guide.
TV Guide, baby.
Okay? And I knew that I was watching this show on this day at this time. We're following with this show on this time, and I had a schedule. And so every night was something cool except for Sundays and Saturdays.
Yeah, it was.
Actually, it's more for Saturdays because Sundays, something still could pop up. So yeah, it was more for Saturdays. It was just like. Yeah.
And think about it, you kind of watch them to almost escape.
Yeah.
But it's also kind of the not to trivialize them, but it's almost like a mundane. To a degree, sitcoms are kind of mundane because it's just people's everyday life.
Would you just call them over?
But that's what it is. That's what life is. To any outsider, it can be a mundane thing.
Yeah. But
every moment really is actually as theatrical as a sitcom.
Yeah.
That is kind of how life really is. Enjoy that moment, eat up that laugh, make a bold choice. That's my favorite thing to tell people. Make a bold choice. And I don't know, I just think there's this degree of trying to live out something by watching but in the way of like actually just giving you the strength to live out in your daily life the persona and the energy that you want to embody. So when I would get into a TV show, it would be to get my mindset right. Like if I need to not take anybody's shit, I'm going to watch some Golden Girls and I'm going to be sarcastic and quick and funny. Or I'm going to watch Roseanne because I watch that one a lot too to get quick and whatever and think about. But then also it's just all of the different things that you watch, you're watching to kind of like strengthen this part of you.
Yeah.
Right? Don't you feel that? Because I think that's what we are looking for a lot in media. Is like the strength to make it through whatever is happening while we're... Are we hurtling through? No, we're just in a universe floating, right? What are we doing?
Some of us are not
My
floating.
mouth is
Some
so
of us
dry.
have been thrown by Thanos, and we are out here hoping that either we will crystallize over from the cold and no warmth, because there ain't no, H2O? Bitch, what you talking about? No air, breathable air out there, you know what I'm saying? But nah, I'm not floating. Someone threw me into an orbit, and I'm trying to figure out, will I die before I get to the actual, or like, could maybe there be like a drive-by spaceship, something. But that's where I'm at. But
right.
yeah, that's where I'm at in space.
I don't know what a Thanos is at all.
Oh,
but when you said H2O, I thought of the film Halloween, H2O, 20 years later, with Jamie Lee Curtis, Michael Myers, and LL Cool J playing the character Ronnie, an aspiring writer. It's
LL Cool J had his own sitcom.
Oh yeah, that's true too. I remember it like premiering or whatever, but then I never watched it really.
I watched it for a couple of seasons, and yeah, LL Cool J. There was a lot of them. Steve Harvey show.
I did love Steve Harvey too.
Cause he ignorant. He always been ignorant. He gonna stay ignorant.
Uh-huh.
But oh man, if I want to take nostalgia, I will take any black sitcom, because I'm not saying like the other sitcoms aren't funny, but like when you know the joke or you're on the inside, like it hits differently. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, that makes total sense, because I'm sure that's why Golden Girls is my go-to.
Yeah.
But also, I am informed by a lot of the black, like, popular and not as popular, like, things and on the... So, I know I'm gonna still gravitate toward the white thing. Because that's why representation matters. Like, and
it's really hard for me to watch a modern day comedy. There's so many comedies or sitcoms.
Right.
I mean, sitcom comedies. There's only one. The sitcoms. It's hard for me to watch. Like I've never seen Parks and Rec. I've never seen The Office. I've
seen Parks and Rec. I haven't seen The Office.
I know there's stuff that my coworkers and everybody else around me just talks about all the time, but I ain't never seen it. Like, I'm not...
Yeah, no, same. I don't care about The Office. I haven't in all this time. You can tell me all you want about... I don't remember any of the characters' names. I can't even remember right now, and that's going to make so many people so sad, and I don't care. The guy that puts the bologna on... I don't even care. I just know... The simple fact that someone like, I'm more comfortable when I see a gay character too. Like, that's why I loved watching Will and Grace.
Yeah.
Representation matters because there is every kind of person. And that Leave It to Beaver kind of sitcom bullshit is not like that. Sitcoms could have never stayed hokey, because they're a little corny sometimes and whatnot, but like.
But even with it being hokey, it probably was shocking for that time period.
I'm sure, because I was not there, so yes.
Me neither, because TV was definitely in color when I was born.
I mean, in Leave It to Beaver, the mom and dad were in separate beds.
Right, but then they still have those innuendos. You know what I'm saying? Like, so then it's like, oh, okay, wow, thank you. They're not showing them in the same bed. That's probably what somebody really was thinking at home, you know?
Yeah.
And then the newer was I Love Lucy, were they in separate beds too?
I don't think so. And I loved I Love Lucy, but I don't remember.
You know what I mean? And that was, something, I mean, her spouse wasn't white, so that was, and it was a sitcom. It was something different. It was something that's on the shows. But, no, yeah, I give you, yeah. But I think for every time period, it's like, see, somebody finally said it. We do share the same bed. Like, even, whatever it may be.
No, that's so true. It also changes with the time.
Yeah. Just like Married with Children.
Oh my God, I was just thinking of Married with Children.
Was probably hysterical back then. I watched it as an adult. And I remember watching it. Uh-huh. I remember sitting on the couch and laughing and everything like that. Not really know what I'm talking about. But I was laughing. Uh-huh. And then I watched it as an adult. And I was like, this motherfucker's just ass can be hit in the mouth.
Yeah, no, it's kind of dumb when you get older. But that same
dude
sexist
individual.
That same dude is from
Modern Family.
Modern Family, which I haven't really watched that too much.
And the wife is from funny. 8 Simple Rules for Dating My Teenage... Oh, John... What is his name? John Ritter. Oh, my God.
This company come and knock on our door.
Like... I remember I was in the midst of really loving... Oh, Grounded for Life. Sorry, side note. But yeah, I was in the midst of...
I've heard of Grounded for Life.
It was funny.
Then that makes me think of Malcolm in the Middle. So... I liked Malcolm in the Middle, but I didn't watch it. No, But the episode where B. Arthur from Golden Girls is the babysitter, the old lady babysitter with the white hair, B. Arthur from Golden Girls.
It was on my TV because I was poor. You was poor. I don't know about that episode.
Well, I am a B. Arthur lover. I have...
The last time I have seen her in something was the Golden Girls.
She was a babysitter on Malcolm in the Middle, and...
I just remember them trying to make Frankie Muniz a heartthrob.
Did they?
Later on, he was in Cody Banks. He was.
I've heard of Cody Banks. For some reason, I thought that was Chris Kattan from Saturday Night Live. Was that not Chris Kattan?
I'm sorry.
Didn't he do Cody Banks?
Because the love interest in the first movie is Hilary Duff. this is when we said that we like the spiked hair from Aaron Carter and Dream Street.
Dream Street?
Which is what originally Jesse McCarthy started in. That was his first boy band. I know my exes and what they be doing and whatnot, but he's actually a really good actor.
Interesting. So you're saying you have been informed by shared experiences through the television?
Yeah. How else am I supposed to talk to other humans? What do I say in this situation? Well, most people say hello back. Hello back. That's how I got through life.
I just had a revelation about you.
Oh my noodles.
Isn't that crazy? That after all of that talking, we became enlightened and awakened by all of the information that we have shared? That's crazy.
I don't even know what to say.
You can say anything and everything. But you should start with...
This gelato hit me different.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say. I'm barely alive.
Barely alive.
All I keep thinking is about ice cream, but then I think to myself, ooh, oat milk.
I was thinking of food too.
I'm so hungry.
Well.
Is that the munchies?
We did have a big fat bowl. And on that note, I guess it's time that we tell this thick, microphone. And anyone listening to what we're saying through this, adieu.
Finn.
Do we have an outro? Or is that it?
You always make a sound.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wait, I guess I'll just have a little more gelato.
Me too. Before I go.
It should still be going. Is it? Okay. See you later, alligator.
It's just hot breath on the mic.